Hi, my name is Patty Davis. I'm with Crooked Tree Creations, and I am getting into the Christmas spirit. Hello, I got some hot chocolate that may or may not be spiked with vodka. But anyhow, I want to show you a couple wreaths that I have already made. I made, well, my sister-in-law helped give me this idea. We found this birch ribbon at Hobby Lobby. And I ended up, this is the first wreath that I made. I wrapped it in a styrofoam wreath base, just wrapped it up and kind of put this on here, just kind of, making a nice little buffalo check, kind of like that. Well, then I decided I wanted a really big bow. And so I used a different form, still styrofoam, but I made this with, you could just see all that ribbon going through there. And then I added pine and pine cones and some other leaves and berries and stuff like that in there. And I love this. I will say this is a smaller form. I'll get the other one so you can see them side by side. You can see that this second one is not quite as substantial as the first form. So I think what I'm going to do, I'll show you which ones I used for these, but I'm going to make another one. This time I'm not going to use red ribbon or anything like that. I'm going to, go with like just a black and white buffalo check, kind of keep it a little simple. But these are the forms that I used. Okay. This is the first one. It's, I got it from Walmart. It was $7.27. Okay. You can see it's flat on both sides. What I have to do is kind of cut down these edges and like kind of round it out. So this takes a little bit more work, but again, it's more substantial. So that's kind of why I'm going to use this one. And the size on it is 15.6 inches by 2 inches, where this I got at Joann Fabrics, and I can't remember how much I paid for it. Sorry. But I think it was a little bit cheaper, but at the same point, it's only 13.8 inches and 1.9 inches. So even though, I really like this form, it's a lot easier. You don't have to take that first step of, rounding it out and all that stuff. But I like the fact that this is more substantial. It's a little bit bigger. So that's the reason I want to use that. Something else I'm going to point out. This one here. How I have this up on the side. What, you got all this weight on this side of the wreath and nothing over here. What I need to do, which I haven't done yet, I'm going to take either like a washer or some kind of a fishing weight, something that I can attach to the back and kind of put some weight on this side of the wreath, just because, okay, this is where it's supposed to be, and that's where it goes because of all the weight. So that's just something to think about too. I'm probably going to do the same thing with this because I really like having something up on the side like that. Although, if you really think about it, having something down at the bottom isn't bad. You know what? I take that back. I'm going to go ahead and put that on the bottom. I think that looks good. See, I decide last minute of everything. But again, here is the birch ribbon that I found at Hobby Lobby. You can read like it's the Robert Stanley Christmas collection. So it's 3.5 inches wide. So it's nice and wide. You really can't tell, but there's glitter on there. So it has a little bit of that, a little bit of bling, even though it's very rustic. So I love the rustic look. I am a very rustic person, I guess you would want to call it, crafter. But I'm going to use this black and white buffalo check and just a bunch of greenery that I have around that already has some snow on it or a little bit of frosty look. So I'm going to kind of just go with that and hopefully it works out. So again, I'm not going to use this one. I'm just going to use this one here. And I really don't want to do it while I'm on here with you because it's going to sound terrible, but I'm going to cut these edges down. And then I have, you can use any kind of, sandpaper or whatever. This is, I think it's for drywall. I got it out of my husband's garage. So we got, I think it's like a drywall type kind of sandpaper. I'll sand it down with this. That's what I used with the other one. It worked perfectly. And then I will get that rounded out and I will see you back here in a second. Okay. Hello. Okay. I have this all smoothed out and like rounded out. You can see how it's kind of rounded out both on the outside and inside. It's still flat on the back. Okay. And I'm going to take this ribbon and just attach it using, you can see this, they're called greening pins. They're 2 inches long, so that actually works out pretty well that, I'm using this. The other one that I use, that other styrofoam form, it worked as long as you stayed exactly in the center. This, you have a little bit more wiggle room, so it works out. Okay. But anyhow, what I'm going to do, I'm just going to attach it here to the back using one of these pins. Okay. I already have another box of these pins already open, but I'm going to kind of put it a little bit to an angle because it's going to just kind of spiral around. So I'm going to stick that down in here. Got another pin here. Stick that down in. Okay. And then I'm just going to wrap it around. And each time I go around, I'll go around about maybe 2 or 3 times and then stick another pin in there. I want to make sure I have this in focus for you. Just kind of let it keep going around. And then I think this time, just kind of take another one of these pins. And just kind of shove it in there, kind of at an angle. And it's not coming out the front or anything like that, so that's good. And just keep going around it. Try to leave, I don't know, at least 2 inches, maybe 2.5, kind of between, each one like each one is showing about 2.5 inches. Obviously it's going to be less on the inside, but just kind of keep going around. I really wish you could see how beautiful this ribbon actually is with the glitter, because that glitter just does not show up on pictures or on video. But just that little bit of bling just really helps it pop. Okay, I'll go ahead and throw another one in here. And just an FYI, sometimes this, it's kind of hard to get these pins through that ribbon. You just got to have strong thumbs. Okay, I'm just going to keep doing this, and I'll show you what I do whenever I get to the end. Okay, here we are at the end. I got this wrapped around here, and I just want to put this up here. Okay, grab my scissors, just cut this off. Now, what I'm going to do, one of these pins that I already used, just take that out, kind of get that in there. So, and here we have 2 ribbons that we got to go through. I'm going to take this out. So having 2 ribbons to go through makes it a little bit tougher. Again, as long as you have strong thumbs, you should be good. I'm just going to cut this off a little bit more. Okay. So here you go. It's done. It's a little wrinkled in spots. Of course, you know, going around a form like that, you're going to have a couple wrinkles here and there. But for the most part, it looks fantastic. Okay, so what I did, now that we're done here, I ended up taking some garland, cut about 1 foot off. Okay, this way it'll be nice and simple, something to just as a little bit of a background. I mean, this is a cheap garland from Walmart. It's nice and stiff, so I really like it that way. But it's a little cheap looking, I guess you could call it. I, you know, would much rather my greenery look a little more high end, but yeah, at least this is a little bit of a background that we can use. So what I'm going to do, I have my hot glue gun plugged in. I am going to partially hot glue this. Okay. Do that. And add one of these pins. Now, again, we got 2 ribbons to go through. Whoops, I got 2 pins here too. Okay, 2 ribbons to go through, so it's a little bit more, a little tougher to get through there. You really got to push, but it'll work. So I'm going to do that again on this side. Just a little bit of glue. And pin it in. Okay, I got myself with the glue there. And then we'll do it on this side. Do I need to use this glue? Probably really not. But I just like that little bit of extra security. Can't hurt, right? Okay. So from here, I'm actually going to do some with the ribbon. And I'll show you how I make these nice big bows. Basically, all it is a succession of a bunch of smaller bows. So what I'm going to do, I have this facing towards me, okay? And I'm not going to make the tails very big or anything like that. So I'll just kind of leave it at this. I'm going to bunch it, do a loop. I don't want this to be too big. I'd say this is probably what, about, yeah, that's about 3 inches. Okay. Now you bunch it up again, and then you twist and do another loop like that. At this point, I want to make sure that my loops are about equal. Okay. So I scrunch, twist. And I'll do it again. And I'm going to keep all of these loops the exact same size. Okay. So that's, I'm just going to do 4 loops. Now, I'm going to do something that I kind of screwed up as usual. I got to get my wire. I didn't cut it ahead of time. I should have cut it ahead of time. Okay. And now it's not going to be very big because I tried. It didn't work. I tried to use this wire instead of using another pin to kind of get it into this styrofoam base. It wouldn't go in. It bent too easily. But you tie it as tight as you possibly can. That way when you pull on these loops, it doesn't pull from one side to the other. Okay, you want to make sure that it's good and tight. Okay. Now, we got a little bit of this wire still here. All I'm going to do, just kind of wrap it around the bow so it's not sticking out, because we don't want anybody accidentally poking themselves on it. Okay. And then I'm just going to add it just about here. Okay. And what I like to do, we'll get this pinned in here first. I'm going to want to have all of these kind of just facing the same way. I'm not going to do like a bow and then a bow and then a bow. It's all going to be facing the same way. Just to kind of, I don't know, it gives it a little conformity in a way, but at the same time, it's really classy looking. So I'm going to go ahead and cut this again. Not much. It's probably, what, 3 inches long. Okay, you can see maybe 3 inches. Hopefully I don't lose it. Okay. going to kind of figure out, okay, this is going to go just about here. So this is going to be my first gather. Okay. I don't know if you can see it from that angle, but I'm just going to go over just a little bit, but I still want that to be right there. Okay. So do a loop. Again, try to make it just about the same size. Okay. Twist and loop. Okay, that's a little bit long, kind of. Okay. Twist, loop. And one last loop. Again, just 4 of them. That's all I want. Now you could probably, you know, cut it off and do a complete separate bow without keeping it attached like I did here. I like to do things the hard way, obviously. So we'll see how this still works pretty good. And that's about where I want to put it. Okay. Let's kind of stick this in here. Again, that ribbon is really hard to get through, but once you get it through there, you're pretty good to go. So that's what we got so far. I'm going to do this at least 3 more times to make one big bow. I might even go, this next one, I'll probably do one up here and one down here, just to make that part a little bit bigger and then taper back over. Okay? And we'll go and fast forward, and I'll see you back here when I'm done. Okay, I jumped ahead a little bit. I got this ribbon done, and I went ahead and pulled some of that greenery that we already had on there, kind of pulled that through. I attached a sheer ribbon. This is the ribbon that I used. I got this from Joanne Fabrics. Let me try to get this to you. Okay. I got this from Joanne Fabrics. It's just a sheer white ribbon, and just tied it on here, made a little loop, and added a pin so it won't go anywhere. That way, whenever we hang it, because I'm going to be probably hanging this and looking at it further away so that I can decide whether or not I like where it's going. When you look at this right now, it looks a complete mess, and it looks like it's too much ribbon. But as we add the greenery to it, it's going to look so much better. So I'm just going to keep going with this, and let's just hope this works. I'm going to show you this greenery here. I got this from Joann Fabrics last year. And you can see it has little like blue berries on here. These berries like to fall off, but I'm going to use it anyway. Sometimes they stay on. They're actually very pretty. But I love this. I don't know if this is cedar or what it is, but it's all frosted and I think it looks absolutely gorgeous. I love the colors in it. I'm going to use that. I am going to probably use, I got this at Walmart yesterday. Just, little white berries. They're styrofoam. So I don't know if the styrofoam is actually going to work outside, but I love the way this looks. And let's see, I'm going to most likely use this eucalyptus that has beautiful glitter on it. The glitter actually matches perfect with the glitter that's already on the ribbon. And I got this from Walmart last year, and just these pine cones with these little just branches. I think all of that's going to work really well. There are a couple other things of greenery that I have. I have this that I ordered from Doris before they went out of business. And I just love all the snow that's on them. And I mean, I just like the white pine, those long needles. I think that's gorgeous. So I just got a few ideas going through my head of what I want to do with this. You can let your imagination go. You can use whatever greenery you want, whatever ribbon you want, pine cones, whether or not they're painted or, glittered. You can do so much with them. Something I want to do with this one also, since I'm keeping with the black and white theme, I want to add this cardinal in there too. Just give it that little pop. I kind of think that would be kind of cute. So what I am going to do, I'm just going to kind of take these branches, cut them off, and then kind of start sticking. I think this is going to be entirely too big sticking out. I mean, look at that. That's going to be way too much. So this branch I'm going to cut down a little bit. Okay. I'll probably do something like this. I got this top half and this bottom half. I'll use them that way. And just kind of stick these through here, stick some other eucalyptus through here, and just go from there. I just wanted to make that stem a little bit shorter, so when I glue it, it's going to kind of go down in between these ribbons. Okay, so I'm just going to start doing this, and I'll see you here in a little bit. Okay, guys, I think I'm done. I filled it with a bunch of greenery. I added that little bit of that little cardinal. I ended up not using these white berries. I am afraid that that styrofoam isn't going to work outside. And, you know, it's just one of those things. I will hang it up, see if it needs something one spot or another, and then go from there. But I'll just fluff this ribbon out where it got squished and just, you know, take pictures. Actually, when you take pictures, it you see it from a different angle than when you are just working on it up close. So always take pictures. After you're done taking a picture, that's when you see where it needs something added or subtracted, whatever. Okay? But I think I'm done. Thank you so much for watching my tutorial. And if you enjoy this and want to see more like it, hit the subscribe button and hit that little thumbs up button. I, really would like to know that, people enjoy this type of video. And I really want to get as much out to you as I possibly can. Okay. Thank you so much again. My name is Patty Davis with Crooked Tree Creations, and I will see you later. You have a great, great rest of the day. Bye.